Good day and welcome to K-Tutors. At K-Tutors, we demystify your curiosity and we help you to enjoy maths. In today's class, we're going to continue with what we started last class, and that is negative numbers. We said that negative numbers are numbers that have negative signs in front of them. We also said that negative numbers may look really big, but they are actually very, very small. That is, minus 4 is really bigger than minus 4,000. Of course, 4,000 ordinarily is bigger than 4. But for the fact that you have minus signs in front of the both number, automatically 4 is bigger than minus 4,000. Now, moving forward, we said that in order to differentiate positive numbers from negative numbers, we use the number line. So if you are yet to watch this video, the link is just up there. Click on the link to help you understand today's video. Now, moving forward, we looked at real life examples of negative numbers. Some real life applications of negative numbers are temperature, altitude, money in the bank, and a host of others. So if you are yet to watch this video, you just go ahead and click the link and watch the video. Now, moving forward, we also looked at addition and subtraction of positive and negative numbers using number lines and without number lines. So it is very, very important for you to watch the previous video in order to help you learn more in this video. Now, who is this video for? This video is actually for learners who really want to explore positive and negative numbers with ease. This is also for parents who find it difficult to explain positive and negative numbers to their children. And finally, this is also for educators, for teachers who are looking for easier method to teach their pupils how to demystify their curiosity. Now, before we move on, if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, kindly do that, because here we demystify learners' curiosity and we help them to enjoy maths. Let us go into the class and learn how to multiply positive and negative numbers, and also deal with some word problems involving negative and positive numbers. Multiplication of negative and positive numbers. Whenever you have plus times plus, the answer is always plus. And whenever you have minus times minus, the answer is as well plus. And whenever you have minus times plus, your answer here is minus. And whenever you have plus times minus, your answer here is also minus. Now let me tell you my secret. My secret is whenever I have similar signs multiplying, my answer is always plus. Similar sign multiplying, my answer is always plus. And different signs multiplying, my answer is always negative. Different signs multiplying, my answer is always negative. So quickly, let us look at some examples involving multiplication of negative numbers. Now, the first example we have here is minus 2 times minus. Here, let us look at selective multiplication. First of all, we are going to multiply the signs in front of the numbers. What are the signs here? I have minus times minus. Here, I have minus times minus. Now, remember that whenever I am multiplying similar signs, what will be my answer? My answer is always plus. Okay? Now, 2 times 3. You see, I first multiply my signs, then I'm multiplying the numbers. 2 times 3, what will I eventually get? I'll get 6. Let us go to the next example. Here, for the sake of clarity, This bracket sign here, you can refer to that as multiplication. So I have 8 minus times minus 5. See, I have reinterpreted this question. Now here, I can as well say my 8 is here. Minus times minus. Look at it here. Minus times minus is plus. So I can just write my plus here and my 5 here. You see, I've taken care of this. Okay, and this automatically changes to what? To addition. So 8 plus 5, what will I get here? This is 13. Another example, again, you have a bracket sign here. So I have 6 plus times minus 9. Okay, now 6 here, let me restate my question here again. So plus times minus here, plus times minus. Remember, if I am multiplying different signs, automatically my sign changes to what? To negative. Minus plus times minus, I'll get minus here 9. Now 6 minus 9, and don't forget that here is automatically plus because the 6 is not carrying a positive, neither is it carrying a negative sign. And since it is not carrying any of the signs, automatically it is plus. Okay, now plus 6 minus 9. You see why you need to watch the video from last class, because we cannot always rule the number lines to solve this. So in order to solve this, this is very simple. Plus 6 minus 9. Since I have different signs here, I will subtract. So 9 minus 6 is what? 3. Now, which number here? 6 and 9. Please ignore the signs. 6 and 9. Which number is bigger? Of course, 9 is bigger. Which sign is 9 carrying? 9 is carrying a negative sign. So automatically, my answer is negative 3. Let's move on to another question. Here, this is a bit longer, so I'll now restate. I have 50 times minus 7 minus times, remember this bracket turns to multiplication, minus times minus 5. Okay, so I will take care of this bracket here first according to the law of order of operation. Okay, so minus times minus here, automatically I'll get addition here. Then I'll bring down my 5 and I'll bring down my 7. Then I have minus and 50 times minus 7. Okay, now for the order of operation, first of all, I will deal with my multiplication first. I've dealt with my bracket first, now I'm dealing with my multiplication. Now 50 times minus 7. Now for the fact that I have a positive sign here, minus times plus is minus. 50 times 7, 350, plus 5. Again, I am fixed with this type of addition and subtraction. Okay, minus 350 plus 5. Since I have different signs here, of course, I will subtract. So if I subtract, I'll get 345. Now, ignore the signs once more, and 5 here and 350 here. Which one is bigger? Of course, it is glaring that 350 is bigger. Now, 350 that is bigger, which sign is it carrying? It's carrying a negative sign, and that is my answer. Moving forward, let us look at some word problems on negative numbers. The first one here is the temperature was 5 degrees Celsius in the morning. So this is our initial temperature. And by 9, it's dropped. By implication, I am minus. For the fact that it dropped, it's what? It's a negative sign. So what will be my answer here? This is very simple. What is the temperature at night? This is positive 5 and this is negative. Okay, since I have different signs here, what will I do? I will subtract. 9 take away 5 is 4. Which temperature is bigger? Please ignore the signs. Okay, I have 9 here and I have what? 5 here. Which temperature is bigger? Of course, 9 is bigger than 5. What sign is 9 carrying? 9 is carrying a negative sign. And since the bigger number here is carrying the negative sign, my new temperature at night is minus 4 degrees Celsius. The next number is, at noon, the temperature was minus 3 degrees Celsius. Initial temperature at noon, minus 3 degrees Celsius. And it later increased. There is an increase in temperature here. By what? By 7 degrees Celsius. Since there is an increase here, here it's decreased by dropping, and here it's increased. So there is an increase in temperature here. Now, what is the new temperature? Now, since I have different signs here, what am I supposed to do? I'm expected to subtract, right? Just like I've been telling you. So we have 4 degrees Celsius. Now, we are not done yet. Now, we have 7 here. Please, once again, ignore the signs. We have 7 here and we have 3 here. Which number or which temperature here is bigger without the signs? Of course, 7 is bigger than 3. Which sign is 7 carrying? 7 is carrying plus. So my answer here is automatically plus 4 degrees Celsius. Temperature over days. On Monday, the temperature was minus 5 degrees Celsius. So starting temperature or the initial temperature here on Monday is minus 5 degrees Celsius. And on Tuesday, it rose. There was an increase in temperature. And don't forget, if you're rising in temperature, you go towards the positive tail. It rose by 8 degrees Celsius. And on Wednesday, it dropped again by 10 degrees Celsius. What is the temperature on Wednesday? The temperature on Wednesday is very simple. Here, you're going to do your subtraction and addition bit by bit. So first of all, let's take care of this first 2 here. Now, minus 5 degrees Celsius plus 8 degrees Celsius. Now, don't forget, now minus 5 plus 8 degrees Celsius. Don't forget that this is actually bigger than what? Than 5 here. And we have different signs. Since we have different signs, we are going to subtract 8 minus 5. What's our answer? Our answer there is 3 degrees Celsius. Now, which of the signs? 8 is bigger and 8 is carrying the positive sign, right? So we are going to put our positive sign there. And minus 10 degrees Celsius. In this case, we have different signs. And since we have different signs, of course, we are going to subtract. Then we have here 7 degrees Celsius. How did I get my 7 degrees Celsius? 10 minus 3 is 7 degrees Celsius. Now, 10 here is bigger than 3. Of course, we are ignoring the signs. And since 10 is bigger than 3 and 10 is carrying the negative sign, I'll just put my minus 7 degrees Celsius there. So on Wednesday, the temperature is minus 7 degrees Celsius. Let's move on. Let us look at another example. Money in the bank. Chika had 2,000 naira in her account. She withdrew 3,500. So initially she had 2,000 naira and she withdrew. By withdrawing, it means you are taking away from your account, and that is 3,500 naira. Now, since you are withdrawing more than what you have in your account, you are doing what we call overdraft. That is an overdraft, the process by which you withdraw the money that is more than what is in your account. So in this case, Chika withdrew much more than she had in her account. So that is what we call overdraft. Now, what is her new account balance? This is very, very simple. Of course, she owned this initially, so this is plus, okay? And she collected this is minus. Now, here, since we have opposite signs here, what are we expected to do? We are expected to what? To subtract. 3,500 minus 2,000. Of course, it is what? 1,500 naira. Now, 3,500 is bigger than 2,000, and 3,500 is carrying the negative sign. And since it is bigger and it is carrying the negative sign, of course, our answer here will carry a negative sign. So she is still owing the bank 1,500. So in her next deposit, if she deposits 2,000 naira, the bank will automatically collect the 1,500 naira she overdrew in her last withdrawal. Let us move to the next example. Lift movement. A lift goes up. This is addition. So it goes up plus 4 from the ground floor and then goes down 6 floors. What floor is it now? This is very simple. Without wasting much time, 6 here is bigger than 4, and we have negative signs here. 6 take away 4 is what? 2. Since 6 is bigger than 4 and 6 is carrying the negative sign, our answer is minus 2. The lift is 2 floors below the ground floor. Moving forward, let us look at this example. A diver was 20 meters below sea level. This diver was 20 meters below sea level. Remember, if you are below sea level, it means you are dealing with a negative sign. So, and then he descended. By descending, he is going further into the sea. And since he is going further into the sea, of course, it is still minus 10 meters. So he descended 10 meters below, and later he rose. By rising, remember, we are adding. So this is 15 meters. Now, what is his final position relative to the sea level? This is very simple. Now, if you have negative sign like this and negative sign, since they are the same signs, all you need to do is to plus. So this plus this, I'll get 30. Now, are they the same signs? Of course, yes. And what signs are they? Negative. So I'll minus there. Now, plus 15. Okay, all in meters. Minus 30 plus 15. 30 here is bigger than 15. Don't forget to ignore the signs, please. Now, since 30 is bigger than 15, of course, our answer will carry a negative sign because 30 is carrying the negative sign. And since we have opposite signs here, what are we expected to do? We are expected to subtract. So 30 minus 15 is, the final position is 15 meters below. I'm using below here because it is a negative sign. Stock prices. A company stock fell by 8 naira on Monday. By falling, don't forget that will automatically be minus 8. And later, it rose on Tuesday by 5 naira. So we have it fell by 8 naira and later rose by 5 naira on Tuesday. And it fell again on Wednesday. Now the question here is, what is the total change over the 3 days? This is very simple. Now let's solve it together. Of course, I'll do this 2 first. Now minus 8 plus 5. Minus 8 plus 5. I have different signs here, so I will subtract. 8 take away 5 is what? 3. 8 is carrying the negative sign, and 8 is bigger than 5. So an 8 is carrying the negative sign here. So my answer will automatically be minus 3 and minus 4. Now, since I have the same signs here, of course it's going to be minus. And since I have the same signs here, I'll just add and I'll have 7 there. And that's my answer. So the change over the 3 days is minus 7 naira. Now the last example here is a mountain climber starts at 2,000 above sea level, climbs another 600 meter, then descend 1,200 meter. What is his final height above sea level? I expect you to solve this question and drop your answer in the comment section. Once you get the answer, you'll get a thumbs up from K Tutors. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy our video and you like what we do, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if this is your first time and you like what we do, kindly share our videos with others. Our mission at K Tutors is to help children enjoy maths. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye for now.